That's Benjamin, brother. Say it again.
This sound, but this funny sound.
We're going to read some of these responses. I'd like to thank y'all for responding to some of these shows. Right now I'm going to get into the response I got from Miss Callie, the whole Miss Callie episode. So, Mr. Inky Man, since when in this country does an opinion cost you an award you are entitled to? I don't know if anyone remembers, but to me this situation is akin to those black athletes who raised their fists in the black power sign at the Olympics and were stripped of their medals. However, they became overnight heroes. Now, I must say I realize the world is changing, but those of us in the religious community who follow the teachings of the Bible and believe that God created man and woman would essentially be denying our faith if we were to go along with same-sex marriage. I believe homosexuality is as it is laid out in the Bible is wrong, and therefore I cannot and will not sanction it. Once a very good gay male friend of mine and I were talking, and he was saying he was mad because he felt the world wanted him to restrict his feelings as a gay male, and why couldn't he talk about his same-sex partner? I could not speak for everyone, but I told him in my case, I'm not interested in the details of two male or two female lovers and what they do. I don't want to hear that crap. Any more than I'm interested in the fine details of what goes on in a heterosexual relationship. I personally struggle with wearing wigs and weaves and acrylic nails and trying to palm myself off as a natural woman. So you must understand I don't want to look at some 300 plus pound man with a pot belly and 5 o'clock shadow and who looks like an ex-linebacker standing there in a peasant blouse with pink lipstick on talking about how he feels so feminine at a baby shower. Now, this one comes from a brother out in Ohio. No, Miss Callie's opinions doesn't matter. She didn't win anyway. I agree with you that with everything else going on in the world, this is news? Really? Really, really? But people do get treated differently because of orientation, right or wrong. Should it deserve special attention? Don't know. Equal attention? Definitely. All right. This one comes from a brother out in Ohio. Regarding black history, I know out here in the heartland, people are increasingly annoyed with any modification of American, as in Afro-Asian. The argument is that we are all Americans, especially now with a black president. I think it is double talk because these same people will tell everyone about their European heritage. This one comes from a brother that I don't know where he is right now. This is what he had to say. All I'm saying is some of us stay up on our black history, but mostly I agree with you. It's quite evident that the cultural landscape that once was integral part of an African American community, from African drums to black history, is fading. This one has to do with slum dogs. This one comes from a brother out in the casino lands of Connecticut. You know you are. The reason why people like to stay in the slums is because they reach a certain comfort level after an extended period of time that the slums and the ghetto don't seem that bad to them anymore. Kind of like the cats that don't mind going to jail. It's a jailhouse mentality, but you're free to roam as you wish. Some people have lived their whole lives out there in Mumbai and other such places and have never even left the outskirts of the city limits. Can you imagine that? Being confused to just being confined to just your one little city for your entire life. Imagine living in Stratford, that's in Connecticut, and not ever being able to go to Bridgeport or any other neighboring town. Ever. It's deep like that. Of course, the idea of setting up trust funds for them is good, but how many of them will even live to see any of that money? If conditions are like they were in the movie, I highly doubt that this situation will end good for any of them. This is from a brother out in Ohio. You know the answer. It's the same reason why hip-hop artists loosely popularity... You know the answer. It is the same reason why hip-hop artists lose popularity once they make it. Having stuff isn't keeping it real. People make their surroundings part of their identity. I heard a woman state that she may be living in the suburbs, but I'm still from the hood. Let it go, people. Let it go. Thank you. Thank you. What do you have to say about that? I'm sure that there's some people out here who have got something to say. You got anything that you need to? Get me at Inqronicles at yahoo.com. That's Inqronicles at yahoo.com. Stay tuned.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Let's pretend like this never happened.
Look, I don't like having to trust anyone because I'm always disappointed. But just once, I'd like to know that I could actually trust someone. That for at least one person, everything...